Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing since 1982. Let's get to this week's fly fishing report. Well, upper elevations got some snow, but we can still drive to spots, but you gotta have four-wheel drive and you gotta be careful. Going into Hot Creek, nobody's set first tracks into the interpretive site, so fly fishers are parking on Hot Creek Hatchery Road and walking in. Surprisingly though, a lot of people have set tracks into the hot springs, so we can drive in there. Call it single track, it's actually double track. There's one tire track, so a pair of tire tracks all the way in and all the way out. Coming out, I was worried about what I'd do if I run into somebody. I ran into somebody, and we actually were able to find a spot and get around each other. Okay, snow, definitely on Hot Creek. Got to work your way down carefully. Coming back, pole sold out. That was a lot of work, but it was worth it. Fishing, well, I fished in the canyon, and guess what? Lots of fish. We're catching them on the Olive Quildagon. Caught 5 fish in half an hour. Was totally ecstatic, crowded. Never saw another person till I was leaving, and a guy and a girl had finished skiing, and they were going down to do a little fishing after their ski trip. So, fishing, just worked the nymphs through the deeper holes, little pockets behind the rocks. And like I said, they were taking the Olive Quildagon. I was fishing the Euro rig, but next time I go back, I'm gonna switch to a dry and a dropper. The water's low enough, I think that's a better way to fish. And there were a few fish rising, so I'll take the dry fly equally as well. Okay, over at Hot Creek, that did not have first tracks on some of the roads out to the water, and I laid first tracks. I hit one little hole, but I bounced through it, so I didn't get stuck. And I had a meeting. I thought for sure I would be the one getting stuck and get late to my meeting. Okay, so what's going on out at the river? Well, the water's high. It's around about 90 CFS, and due to the snow and the melting snow, it's off color. So, worked hard, no fish. Guys are getting maybe 1-2 fish a person right now. You know, it's definitely kind of the tail end of the trophy trout season. It'll last for another week, maybe 2, and then it kind of winds down and we're done with trophy trout season for the year. There's still some resident browns. There's always a trickling of rainbows in there. What are we fishing? Well, I keep saying it, my confidence flies. So, stoner nymph, green gold prince nymph, Richards, variation of gold ribs, hairs there. And then a lot of guys like to fish bright colored flies, so egg patterns. Then we're also using the squirmy wormy and the sandworm worm. Bright red seems to be a color the fish like. Okay, let's head down the hill. Lower Owens River. It's still fishing good. It's getting better, in fact. Some caddis hatches, but it's the blue-wing olive mayfly that's really supporting the fish right now, and they're feeding on it big time. So, nymphing, one fly basically has been killing it, which is something that imitates the blue-wing olive nymphs. So, beadhead flashback, pheasant tails, olive quildagons, Frenchies, hotspot pheasant tails, they're all working in there. They're also feeding on midges, on the caddis patterns. I've seen a few midges, but enough to warrant fishing them, but they are definitely feeding on the caddis patterns that are out there. Okay, let's head over to Bishop Creek Canal. It's still really low. It's fishing tough. I walked it the other day, spooked a bunch of fish, never got a chance to cast them. So again, we're not recommending it because it's just fishing not very well. Well, this has been Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing. We can be found on Instagram, then on Facebook, or every Tuesday, Mahogany Smoked Meats from 9 to 11, and always on lpptv.us.